Hi everyone, and welcome to the last part of this Wednesday's Premiere Train. I really hope you all watched Mina's, Brian's, and Nate's videos that premiered just before this one here. If not, there's links to all of them in the description box below. Do go watch these three absolutely amazing artists do their magic. Okay, and in addition to this premiere train today, I'm also doing a collaboration with my new friend Nate, and we are doing my flick and spin technique. So, without further ado, let's go. Right, let's start painting. Today I'm using boom gel stains. Reason being that, well, one, I love them, and two, I haven't got time to mix my own paints today, unfortunately. But I've gone for a pink and brown color scheme this time, and the ones I'm using is Pandoria pink, Lily Pilly pink, a pearlescent pink, a metallic copper, a Bangara brown, which is a really nice chocolatey dark brown, and one of the mixes custom mixed for me. And the base I'll be using is white. Okay, and my canvas, it is a 50 by 61 centimeters or 20 by 24 inches roughly. So yeah, I've put it on my spinner with the extenders, and because with boom gel stain, which is really quite thick as you can see from here, I really will need to, spin it very, very hard. And I learned the hard way one of the first times I was doing this technique that it's a good idea to tape the canvas down. So I've taken some duct tape, and I've taped every single part here onto the spinner extender, so I know that I can really, really whack it around without any fear of the canvas flying off, because anybody who's done that knows that it's not an awful lot of fun. Right, and then your paint consistency, you can actually do this with quite varying consistencies. Probably, I don't know, your medium consistency is just fine, but you can get away with much thicker or slightly thinner paints as well. The only thing to, or the one thing to bear in mind with the varying paint consistencies, depending how thick a paint you're using, you will need to adjust how fast or how hard you flick the paint. Okay, so there's the base covered in just a thin layer of the base white. And now I'm just going to give my hands a little clean here. And then I'm going to add a bit more in the middle. There we go, that should do for now. And just spread it around just a little bit by spinning it if it wants to go. I think for a canvas this size, I'm gonna need to use a fair bit of the base at least. There we go. I know that's an awful lot of boom gel stain, and that's why normally I wouldn't do the base with this, but sometimes needs must. Okay, there we go. Right, that's not quite centered, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more just here. There we go. Oh, and Nate, with this technique, the center can be a little bit problematic. It can end up looking really quite sort of single colored, pretty dull and boring sometimes. And Nate had a fantastic idea with that balloon dip in the middle. So I am armed with extra gloves that I can blow up should I need to. So I'm just going to go ahead and start laying down my paints in the middle. I like to do puddles on top of one another, and I think I'm gonna vary the different browns and pinks sort of in this manner. And then let's get the metallic copper in that bit. There. Then some of the Pandoria pink. Okay, and then the custom mix, which is, it has a slight interference effect to it, which is awesome, but you know, it's brown enough for my purposes here. And then pearlescent pink last of all. There we go. Now I need to sort out the mess I made just there, because I don't want that to disturb any potentially very cool looking design. Okay, I think I'm gonna give this a torch here. Not necessary, but those were some really big bubbles, so let's just get rid of those. And you know what? On second thought, what I will do is add some white just in the middle, the same white as what went in the on the base. There we go. Right, here's the real fun part, the flicking itself. What I've done, I've got some cardboard attached to the wall just in that direction, and that's the direction I will be flicking. So like I said, with the thicker paints you need to flick a fair bit more. And right, the technique, I like to use my thumb and middle finger, and also with the thick paints especially, I like to follow through as I flick. So something like this. There we go. And I like to make sort of a flowerish shape with these. Oh, that's a cool one. Excellent. Oh, I like it. There. And so we've got 3, if you like, petals there. So let's do 2 more. And I like to just get rid of the paint on my fingers in between, so I don't mess up the paints there. There we go. Actually, that didn't quite go as I wanted it to, so just one more little gentle flick there. And see these corkscrew effects there. The sort of flicking and following through really helps in making those happen. I love that. And you can see a lot of air bubbles there, but I am not going to pop those yet, because those will actually help me in creating some very, very cool cells as I start to spin this. And I'm just adding more of the base paint around, you know, just to help it flow some more. Ha 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 ha! Do you know what I just realized? I can't believe it. Okay, I feel like a dummy. I picked up the clear flow medium. I was thinking, why is my white a lot whiter than the base? Oh my goodness, that is funny. Oh well, never mind. Oh dear. You know, sometimes when you're in a rush, it's not a great idea not to look at your bottles. It looks exactly like the whites. Never mind. The canvas is white, so yeah, what the heck. Let's just see what happens. I'm sorry, I'm just dying here. Okay, and again, a little thought while I was laughing at myself. I will pop the bubbles now, because that will define those cells. Oh dear, that's funny. You know, I thought for a split second, oh no, I'm gonna have to do the video again. But guess what? I am not, because we all make mistakes. And you never know, you know, it could turn out to be a pretty cool looking mistake. Right. I'm just wondering if I should do something about the white there. I'm not. Okay, I'm gonna put some music on for you, and I'm just gonna start spinning. Okay, that wasn't an awful lot of music for you, but I just wanted to say a couple more things. First of all, it doesn't seem to matter that I had the white just there, because most of it has already flown off. So I'm just going to use a bit more of the clear flow in this end here. That's already pretty much fallen off the edge, and I just want to make sure this end flows well as well, and is spreading out really, really nicely now. And actually, using the clear flow, I think I'm gonna have some interesting surprises as this dries. You can see sort of a ghosty effect going on there already, and yeah, it'll be fun to see what it looks like once the clear flow dries, because as you can see, it's a creamy consistency that some of us think is white. And yeah, it sort of reveals cool stuff as it dries. So another point I wanted to make, when you're flicking from the center and following through with a right hand, you end up getting the swirl in this way in all of these so-called petals. And so what I like to do is spin in that direction to not disturb, you know, the flow of the natural curves that happened. Normally, with a lot of spinning, you spin in both directions. But with this technique, I never want to do it, because I don't want the, like I said, the curves distorting. So yeah, more music, more spinning, but not an awful lot, I don't think. So I am done spinning. That corner there does bother me a little bit because I have white coming. No, you know what? I've got white coming almost to the edge there, but not quite. All the other corners are looking nice and sort of smooth, and this corner is gonna bother the life out of me. So just one more spin, just to spread this out ever so slowly. Now I'm done spinning. I think this is going to be okay now, this corner here. I started getting a bit sort of, I don't know, funny with it. But just one more torch. And then after torching this, I'm just going to bring you in for a close-up when it's just painted and wet. But this is one of those interesting accidents born from rush or rushing around that I will need to show you this dry as well for sure. But yeah, I'll just clean up under the edges. I don't want the paint to pull down the design, and yeah, then I'll bring you in for a close-up. Here we have it, the wet results. Okay, I've put the flash on my phone, just so that you can see the details really well. But I will show you this once it's dry as well. And with my accidental mistake, how much fun was that? See how you can see sort of like a ghostly effect here and there. I am pretty sure that's really going to reveal itself once it's dry. So yeah, I can't wait to see this dry. And I'm really happy with that center. Adding the white right at the end really helped with it. It made it fairly interesting, I think. So yeah, I will be back once this is all dried. Here's the dry results, part one. This is a couple of days after I painted, so it was dry enough to hang on the wall to really have a look at it. I had to sleep on this before I could decide what to do. I wasn't keen on those bits where you could see both white and canvas, and that corner there really bothered me. I thought it made it look messy, and there were a few other parts as well where I thought it looked sort of, well, dirty and messy. So I decided to do a little something extra to it. So let's go and see what that is. Hi again. Okay, so I decided that I will get rid of these bits that I don't like. This corner here specifically, I really don't like that. And there's some bits here and there. I won't paint it white though, because I think it'll be too stark of a contrast to the rest of it, and I really like this off-white color. So I will be using an Amsterdam Titanium Buff Deep for that. But first of all, to make sure I don't get over any of the parts that I want to keep, I've got some from my watercolor days. I have some masking fluid, and this is a Callen's brand, and it's latex suspended in ammonia. Now it is quite old, at least 2 years old, so it's gone a little bit clumpy, not good to work with. So I just poured a little bit on this lid, 1 or 2 drops of water, and just worked out all the clumps with an old brush. And then I have some warm water with a bit of dish soap in there, because that helps with the masking fluid sticking to whatever you're applying it with. So the idea is, as I said, and I'm wearing gloves for 2 reasons. First being that if you have a latex allergy, you really want to wear gloves doing this. I don't, but that is a very good reason to wear them anyway. But my reason is that I don't want any skin oils on the painting that I would then need to wash off before varnish or resin. So that's the reason I'm wearing them. So yeah, I'm just gonna go right around all the edges here, cover all the parts I don't want to be getting rid of, and I think I'll probably work in sections here, because there's a lot to go over here. So yeah, I will just speed up the video, or perhaps even skip to the part where I start painting the areas that I don't want to keep. Speak to you then. Here's the second and now final dry results, and oh boy am I glad I worked on it some more. I love it now. I think it's just beautiful. So yeah, I got rid of those bits that I really did not like. The parts where I painted over the slightly dirty looking parts, I really enjoy it now. I left some brush marks on purpose. I'm not sure if you can see it on the video all that well, but just to give it some contrast to the smooth finish of the flower. And then the outline with a white acrylic pen, I think it just really helps this pop. And those metallics and pearlescent paints just gives it a magical feel. I am so in love with this, but I'd love to hear what you think. Leave me a comment and a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And just once again, thank you so much, Mina, Brian, Nate. for having me in this train. Okay, thanks so much for joining me. I'll speak to you next time. Bye bye.